All right, let's set the stage for this one. Today in Portland, the state is investigating a controversial police ballot initiative, and officials are probing possible heat-related deaths during this heat wave.
This is Leah.
And I'm Garrett. Welcome to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett from Portland, Oregon. First up, Oregon's Secretary of State is looking into 28 complaints tied to the Enhanced Community Safety Initiative, a proposed ballot measure here in Portland. Quick explainer. A ballot initiative is a citizen-driven proposal that, if it makes the ballot and voters approve it, becomes law. This one aims to divert some revenue from the Portland Clean Energy Fund. That's the city program funded by a surcharge on large retailers for climate and community projects, to hire more police officers. The complaints include claims that canvassers, those are the folks who go door-to-door collecting signatures, misled voters about what the measure does. Under Oregon election law, misleading voters during signature gathering can lead to hefty fines, meaning potentially large financial penalties. The state is reviewing those reports now, and we'll see where enforcement lands. Meanwhile, the timing is rough. On June 15th, Multnomah County began investigating 4 deaths as possibly heat-related during this dangerous heat wave.
Let's unpack this. Transparency matters so much with a ballot initiative because people are literally signing to put it on the ballot. If someone was told it's about, say, clean energy when it's actually about police funding, that undercuts informed consent. Why risk that when clear language is the easier and more ethical route? And on the heat wave, 4 possible heat deaths is heartbreaking. Speed is life here. The faster cooling spaces open, and neighbors check on each other, the better.
Yeah, that checks out. For folks wondering what happens next, the Secretary of State's office will assess the complaints. If violations are confirmed, fines or other corrective steps can follow. On the heat front, plan ahead for shade, water, and rest. Even short exposures can stack up, meaning your body's stress accumulates over time. All right, let's roll on.
Next up, staff at Disability Rights Oregon, that's a nonprofit providing legal assistance to people with disabilities, are calling for the removal of CEO Jake Cornett over pay disparities. The Workers' Union of Disability Rights Oregon represents 19 of roughly 35 employees. They point to low wages, high turnover, and note that while worker pay has lagged, the CEO's salary has seen substantial increases. Here's where it gets really interesting. In April 2025, union-represented positions saw over 75% turnover. That's a lot of institutional knowledge walking out the door. The union wants significant raises and retroactive pay. Retroactive meaning back pay to cover past periods when wages were lower. Their argument is that you can't sustain high-quality legal advocacy when the team can't afford to stay, and they say that undermines the organization's mission to serve the disability community.
Real talk. Fair compensation is mission critical in nonprofits. If your attorneys, advocates, and support staff keep cycling out, clients pay the price in delays and lost continuity. I get budgets are tight. Still, if similar orgs pay more, the market signals are pretty clear. Why not match closer to peer levels to stabilize the team, then build funding around that reality?
Totally. And the union's ask for retroactive raises points to a longer struggle here. If you've been underpaid for years, that gap compounds. Compounding meaning it stacks on itself over time. I hope both sides find a path that centers clients and keeps staff housed, respected, and able to focus.
Let's switch it up. Portland's doom duo Creatures is back with a new album in the works and a show coming up. Creatures is Jess Hamlin and Joe Sandejo, and they call their sound Cave Doom. Quick definition. Think doom metal's weight plus folk textures and shoegaze, that dreamy, layered guitar wash. They're headlining Mississippi Studios on June 23rd. They've said the music thread's suffering and healing, with the Pacific Ocean's constant change shaping the vibe. Here's a cool detail. They recorded ambient sounds in Falls Creek Cave in Washington, a magma tube network, and worked those textures into their tracks. They released singles and a self-titled album back in 2024, spent time in Chicago and Salt Lake City, and now they're home in Portland, building the next chapter.
That's so wild. As a cello person, I love when artists fold the natural world into their sound. It gives the music breath. Using cave acoustics as an instrument in itself, that's a thread worth pulling on, and balancing heaviness with healing feels very Pacific Northwest to me. Okay, let's move. There was a land blessing, performances, and speeches at the opening on June 18th, and it's part of the city's effort to bring energy back to downtown during Pride Month. Also worth noting, Darcel XV-Teen Showplace was listed in the National Register of Historic Places in 2020, and Guinness once named Darcel the oldest drag queen at age 85 in 2016. It's more than a plaza, it's a living stage for acceptance and joy.
Yeah, I'm all about that perspective. Public spaces named for local icons anchor our shared memory. And having a built-in stage means the city designed for performance, not just pass-through. That's pretty cool, right? Last up, Stephen Colbert's final late-night show sparked a lawsuit against CBS over the unauthorized use of Linus and Lucy, that classic Peanuts theme song. Quick plain English note. Unauthorized use means you didn't get the license, the formal permission to use someone else's creative work. The surprising twist, proceeds are going to charity.
Intellectual property rights, in simple terms, are the legal protections for music, art, writing, and other creative work. Respecting those rights matters even in big celebratory moments. The charitable outcome is a graceful note, but the core lesson stands. Ask first, then play the tune. Thanks for tuning in to Laid Back Local, the news of the day, with Leah and Garrett from Portland, Oregon.
Stay safe out there, and be sure to check back with us tomorrow.